Hello, and welcome back to AMI Day number 14. Can you believe it? Uh, so, last week you would have read a story by a man named Jesus Colon about an encounter he had in the subway. Um, let's touch base with that and then move ahead. After making his decision, Jesus Colon wrote with regret, "This is what racism and prejudice and artificial official divisions can do to people and to a nation." What did he mean? How did beliefs about differences in our society shape the way we see ourselves and others? How do they shape the way others see us? In the 1970s, during the Civil Rights Movement, Jane Elliott, a teacher in a small town in Iowa, decided to help her third graders understand how society can influence our beliefs about our own identity and the identities of our neighbors. The word prejudice comes from the word prejudge. We prejudge when we have an opinion about a person solely because of a group to which that individual belongs. A prejudice has the following characteristics: it is based on real or imagined differences between groups, it attaches values to those differences in ways that falsely assume that one's own group is superior to others. It is generalized to include all members of a target group. Not all prejudices end in discrimination. Discrimination occurs when prejudices are translated into action. At this time, we're going to watch the last 15 minutes or so of the film The Eye of the Storm. I do want you to note this film was produced in the 1970s. These are students of the 70s, and more than that, they're third graders. And so some of the language that they're utilizing is probably not going to be appropriate for us today. So I want you to really use your own best judgment, but also be prepared for things you might hear. So as you're watching this film, I kind of want you to think about things that surprise you, things that might be maybe upsetting for you, and maybe some questions it gives you, but it doesn't answer directly for you. After we watch the film, we have 4 short questions. Really your take. What did you learn from this film clip, this short documentary? And then I'd like you to look at another story. A woman named Susie Phipps, who was living in Louisiana, who had to make some choices for herself about race, her own identity, and what her society was telling her about herself. So I hope this is a good week for all of you. I'll see you for AMI Day 15.